Welcome back, trainers. Today we're going to be talking about Blastoise. Obviously, this is a Gen 1 Pokemon, been around since forever. But real quick, before we get into the video, if this is going to help you or you're not already, drop a like and subscribe to the channel. Definitely helps us out. Otherwise, let's go ahead and take a look at Blastoise. Okay, first we are going to go ahead and start with the stats that Blastoise excels at, and that is going to be its defensive stats. It's got a physical defense of 100 and a special defense of 105. So both of those stats are pretty good. Not the overall best in all of Pokemon, but pretty dang decent. And then its HP stat is in the lower middle. It's going to be 79. It's not crazy good on the HP, but it definitely makes up for it with the defense and the special defense. Now, for its offenses, we're going to be looking at Attack 83 and Special Attack 85. So both of those are right around the same, and there is some coverage for both sides, which you can use either or. However, traditionally, we do see more Special Attack from Blastoise than Physical. Now, with the Speed stat, it's going to be 78. However, this is going to be offset a bit by Shell Smash if you put that into the loadout for the Blastoise. Otherwise, this is kind of lower middle tier speed stat again, so he's not naturally going to be outspeeding a lot of things. But again, if you do utilize a Shell Smash or if you pair it with a Tailwind, then it will be fine from this regard as well. Now, for the builds, Blastoise does have the option of two different abilities that you can choose from. Its base ability is Torrent, which again is going to increase the damage your water attacks put out by 50% once you get down to a third or less of your HP. And then Rain Dish, which acts kind of like a Leftovers. Essentially, you're going to restore 1/16 of your HP every turn when you're in rainy weather. So you have to have that rainy day or drizzle going off so that you can actually use this hidden ability. Otherwise, it's just going to kind of sit there and do nothing. Now, for the builds that we're using, most of them you can use either or. However, the bulky one, we are going to see more Rain Dish than Torrent. Okay, moving on over to the resistances. It is going to resist steel, fire, water, and ice types, and it's going to cut those damage down by half. So those damage are going to be reduced by 50%, so that's not too bad at all. Again, that's steel, fire, water, and ice types are all going to have a reduction in the damage. Now, with the weaknesses, it is going to be weak against grass and electric, and there are some Pokemon out there that can utilize both of those typings effectively. Even something like a Kyogre, which has thunder and which will get no accuracy check in the rain, could be a massive threat to Blastoise. So just be wary on what you're fighting, know your weaknesses, and know what has those weaknesses in their arsenals. Otherwise, it's still a good resistance to weakness ratio, which is always nice. If you're finding this video helpful at all or you're liking it, please drop a like and subscribe. Also, guys, feel free to come over and visit us at the Twitch channel anytime you'd like. We do a lot of battles, raids, and trades every day, mostly Pokemon content as well as on Pokemon Go. You'll find the links down below in the description. Other than that, guys, let's go ahead and take a look at the rest of this video. All right, let's take a look at these sets. Now, first, again, if you're not liked and subscribed, drop a like and subscribe down below. If you want to leave a comment, I do respond to all comments. Otherwise, let's look at this first set, which is an attack set. Okay, so this is going to be the physical attack here. This is going to be 252 into attack, 252 into speed, and 4 into HP. You could also put this into defense, whatever floats your boat on this one. Now, with the moveset, we're going to rock Waterfall, Avalanche, Facade, or Focus Punch, and Shell Smash. Now, let's look at these moves. Now, the reason that I'm choosing Waterfall over Liquidation is simply because with Waterfall, you have a 20% chance of causing a flinch on your opponent. So if you get your Shell Smash off and something is going to live through your Waterfall, you still have that possibility of getting a flinch off, whereas that 5% difference in damage with Liquidation might not be the biggest contributing factor to your win rate overall, whereas that flinch could be a game changer for you. So that's why I choose Waterfall here. Now, you could use Liquidation, and that wouldn't be a wrong thing to do for a physical attack moveset. Avalanche is going to give us that ice type bonus, which is great. Now, the reason you have a choice between Facade and Focus Punch, I really like having that fighting type move in the coverage pool here. However, if you're concerned that maybe somebody is going to go ahead and use a Will-O-Wisp on you, burn you, and whatnot, Facade will still allow you to use your physical attack with Shell Smash bonus to the maximum potential, because that's the trick with Facade, right? It will double its damage if you're under a status effect. So if you have burn, it's going to negate the negation on your physical attack. But if you have, if you're paralyzed or something along that, then you're just going to be doing a crazy amount of damage with your +2 from Shell Smash and your Facade. Okay, and then Shell Smash obviously is going to sharply increase your speed, your special attack, and your physical attack. All of those are going to go up, but you are going to get a reduction in your defenses, both special defense and physical. So just keep that in mind. You do get a little squishier on the back end, but you get that huge damage and speed boost with the Shell Smash. Okay, so on the topic of Shell Smash, we're going to jump down to the item here, and the item that's going to help you out is going to be White Herb. Now, you could also do Life Orb if you want to prioritize doing extra damage over everything. Just keep in mind you are going to take a little bit of damage off the off your amount every time, 1/16. Otherwise, the White Herb is the way that I like to go here, because the White Herb is going to negate the defense and special defense drop from your Shell Smash. So after you use your Shell Smash the first time, White Herb goes off, and instead of having a -1 on your defenses and a +2 on everything else, you're just +2 on those other 3 stats. And so you're sitting in a very, very good position with a fairly natural, bulky Pokemon that can take a little bit of damage, and it's going to do a crazy amount more of damage instead of not being able to take as much damage. So that's why I like the White Herb here. Now, again, this is only going to work the first time you use Shell Smash. So if you're in a battle and you end up using it 2 or 3 times, just keep in mind every subsequent time it's not going to negate that. Otherwise, just know also, I generally don't use Shell Smash more than once. One time is almost always going to be more than enough for this Pokemon here. Now, if in turn 1, let's say you have it paired with something that can use Helping Hand, like Togekiss, you use not Helping Hand, I'm sorry, Follow Me. You use Follow Me, and then they didn't like what was out on the field, and so they switched both their Pokemon, essentially wasted a turn. If you want to use Shell Smash again in turn 2 because there was no damage out, then go ahead, it's up to you. But I do like to use it one and done, and then move on and do damage. Okay, moving on to the next set here. This is going to be the special attack version of the last set. So special attack 252, speed 252, and again, the other 4, throw it into whatever you like here. Moveset, this is going to be interesting. Either Water Spout or Scald, Ice Beam or Hydro Cannon, Aura Sphere and Shell Smash. So the reason we have Water Spout versus Scald is because of a couple different reasons. One, Water Spout is going to decrease the amount of damage it does as you take damage. So essentially, it'll start reducing its total damage output the less HP you have. Whereas Scald is just going to be a good stab bonus move that doesn't reduce in damage, that does a solid 80 power damage every time you hit, and has the possibility of landing a burn on whatever it's hitting as well. Now, I'm going with Water Spout here 100%, because if you get a Shell Smash off and you're pairing this with something that has Follow Me, then you're not going to worry about taking damage. You're going to pretty much be dropping everything with Water Spout. Now, of course, some things you're going to be able to live through that, something like a high special defense Empoleon or a Kyogre, but for the most part, this is going to be OHKOing a lot of different things for you. So I like to go with Water Spout over Scald, but Scald is an option if you like the single target more and the dedication of damage without any kind of possible reduction. Now, Ice Beam is a good coverage move here, and I like to use Ice Beam here. However, if you're either concerned about Water Spout running out of the power points, or you just don't know if it's going to do enough damage overall, you can go with a single target Hydro Cannon here, which does have that 150 power damage as well. Just keep in mind, this is also a 2-turn attack, so when you use it, you do use it in the first turn, but like Hyper Beam, the second turn, you're going to have to recharge. Aura Sphere is a good fighting coverage move that we have here. I love using Aura Sphere. And then Shell Smash, again, is going to give us those bonuses. Now, keep in mind with Aura Sphere, there are some other moves in there that you could change in and supplement in instead of Aura Sphere, but I really like having this one. Moving down to the items, we've got the White Herb and the Life Orb again. This time, though, we're going to rock Timid and or Modest. So Timid if you want to get your speed boost, Modest if you want to boost your special attack damage. And you can use either Torrent or Rain Dish for both the physical attack or the special attack versions of these Shell Smash moves. It kind of depending on if you have it on a Rain team, if you're comfortable with getting your HP low enough, and so on and so forth. I like using Rain Dish here. I'm almost always going to pair this with some kind of a rain setter, whether it's somebody that has the ability Drizzle like Kyogre does, or somebody that can use Rainy Day. I'm always going to pair this with a Rain Team as much as I can for the Blastoise. So I like Rain Dish here, giving me a little bit of my HP back, especially when I'm using that Water Spout to keep my damage up as high as I can. Okay, so this final set, I thought I'd go ahead and make a bulk set for you here. So let's look at this kind of support bulk set. We've got HP 252, so we're going to pump up that lowest of the bulk stats for it as much as we can. 252 into health, and then 96 into defense, and special defense, we're going to do 160. We are going to use a bold nature for this. I'm going to skip down below a little bit. A bold nature to supplement the physical defense for the Pokemon here, and then even those defenses out with the EVs, so that's where we get the 96 and the 160 disparity between the two. They will even out and be about the same by the end of this. Now with the moveset, we're going to do Aqua Ring, Yawn or Substitute, Scald or Life Dew, Fake Out, or Break Brick. Break. Aqua Ring is great because this is going to, once you use this, it's going to heal you for 1/16 of your HP every turn. So it's like a leftovers. Now keep in mind, you want to make sure you're always in the water with this Pokemon because that's just going to help you in general. However, the real bonus is going to come with if you're in the rain and you've got your Rain Dish on, so you're getting your bonus from your health back from your Rain Dish. Now you're getting your health back from your Aqua Ring, and if you do go with leftovers, then you're also getting your health back from leftovers, and that is a crazy amount of health that you're going to be recovering every turn. Now, Yawn or Substitute. I like having Yawn here because it's allowing me to give more control on the field and kind of cause some status effects to the opponent or force them to switch out. So I like having Yawn here. However, with your health regeneration, you could do a substitute here as well. And with your bulk, it's kind of a pain in the butt for them to really get past it a little bit while you're constantly healing in the background anyways. So that is a possibility, but I do like having Yawn. Scald, I do like having Scald here because that gives me at least one move that I can do damage with. Plus, Scald does have the possibility of causing a burn. So this could be great using against something like a Metagross. You know, if you get the burn off, it's going to reduce the damage by 50% for any of the physical attacks that it's using. So this is a nice another debuff, basically, that this Pokemon can have in conjunction with Yawn. But you could use Life Dew so that you can, again, be that support Pokemon, that support bulk Pokemon in the back, healing whatever Pokemon you have paired with it, like a Kyogre or whatever, using your Life Dew and keeping both of you alive. Fake Out, I do prefer having here because, again, this is a support, and it's great to have this when you bring this Pokemon out into the field. The first turn, you use Fake Out, and it's going to flinch whatever it hits. So this is great because if you use it in conjunction with whatever Pokemon you're with, you can Fake Out, make the opponent flinch for whichever Pokemon is the bigger threat to your partner Pokemon or yourself or the Blastoise itself. But it basically neutralizes that one Pokemon for that one turn no matter what, which is amazing. Brick Break is also good if you want to have another damaging move. It's a little bit more than Fake Out. They can also do something on the end by breaking barriers. So Reflect and Light Screen would be broken when you use the Brick Break. So that also has a benefit here. But again, I like Aqua Ring, Yawn, Scald, and Fake Out. Those are the four that I use for my bulk Blastoise. So to kind of rehash it again, Rain Dish, definitely for your ability, but again, that needs to be in the rain. Bold for the nature, that's going to boost our physical defense. And then you could use leftovers, but I actually prefer Big Root here because Big Root is going to affect Aqua Ring, and instead of healing 1/16 of your HP, it's actually going to heal 30%. So I like that a lot more. So what I've been doing is keeping Big Root on, having Rain Dish on, and using Aqua Ring, and I'm getting 1/16 of my HP back from the Rain Dish, and then another 30% of my total HP back from the Aqua Ring. I like this a lot more than just having the leftovers in the Aqua Ring. It just does a little bit more, so I'm using the Big Root here. So at the end of the day, there's a lot of different ways that you could use the Blastoise. It's a pretty versatile Pokemon, especially because of some of the moves like Shell Smash that it gets. But these are three that I like to use. I really like the bulk set here and the special attack. Those are kind of the two I use the most, but I do have a physical one, just like this build as well, that kind of gets in there too. Otherwise, if this helped you out, please drop that like and subscribe. Otherwise, I will see you all in the next video. I'm looking forward to seeing you there. But until next time, take care.